All right, we're getting ready to build the cap. We'll lay out the full sheet across the transom. Now I'm working out the parameters of where the splash well is going to be. Then I'll mark underneath the sides on the outside, wrap it around it with a magic marker so that when you trim it off, you want to leave a little bit of excess that you can file once you glue the cap on. So all of this right here is just measuring out how you want to build your splash well. Now what I'm doing right here is I'm getting ready to make a cutout so that this piece of material will slide all the way to the back of the transom. Once this is marked out, then I'll cut out that piece and then slide the board all the way back. And then we'll mark all around the parameters of it. And so I'm connecting now, I'm connecting the dots that I've made on here so it'll fit well. That's the center line. Marking the front edge of the splash well. The sides. Now we got it in place, marking the sides, the back, and we'll flip it over and trim all that off on those lines. Making the covering boards going forward. Fastening them together. Use drywall screws, long drywall screws to do that, and you can hold them in place really nicely. It's real important that you have these things fastened together well, because if you don't, when you go flip it over and go to glass it, if it doesn't work right, you are going to have something that doesn't fit. So you need to do all of this, and then we're going to putty everything together before we try to flip it over, and you need at least 2 people to flip it over, because it's delicate. I'm making a spacer here because the material's only 90 inches long and this covering board is longer than that. Looks like it's 100 inches. This is going to make a really nice shape. So there you go. Now we've got the next piece on the casting ply or the forward deck being fastened on. It's already been marked. Now we're trimming it, screwing everything together. I like those 3-inch drywall screws. They you get enough bite that it holds pretty good. Now we made the bow piece out of a couple of extra sections. They're all fastened together. Now we're going to take some putty, put it on all the edges. See how I've pre-marked them with those lines? Before I screwed them together at first and then marked them, then took the screws out, put the glue on, and then connected the marks back together and put the screws in, and that way you'll get a perfect refit. So we're fixing the bow piece. See, I've got plenty of that putty in there, so it's going to be a good connection. It should be pretty strong. Letting it set and fire off. Do you notice that block on there? That was just because it wasn't fitting just right, and I wanted to press them down so that they were dead even, making little radiuses for the back deck corners so it fits real nice.